everybody, Rusty from the Rusty Razor. Got another shave today. Alright, today we're going to be using Heritage Hill, I think it's the People's Project. At least that's what I remember. I just call it the People's Soap. It's kind of how it reads. It's like when you look at the label, the People's Shave Soap. Yeah, the People's Shave Soap. That's what it's actually. Alright, kind of an interesting. It's like, man, there's so many different scents in this thing. I get bergamot, I think patchouli, pepper, I think it's sandalwood and cedar that's in there. But there's other floral scents in there that are like, you know, that type of thing. I'm not a floral guy. But when you lather it up, most of those floral scents get kind of disappear. They're still kind of there, but they're not as prevalent. I still get that bergamot. I think it's bergamot. Maybe it's patchouli. It's kind of a green rind citrus note. But I think it's sandalwood and cedar. And, well, there's also a muskiness. I think is whale puke or something like that. Ambergris. I always call it whale puke. Yeah, nice. Alright, then we got Astra blades, first use, and then we're going to be using 1960 Gillette Fatboy. That's my dad's razor. Alrighty. So, how's your day going? Hope it's going alright. Yeah. Time flies. Flies by. It's almost upon us. Type of deal. Alrighty. And I got roughly, let's see. I think it's 22 hours of growth on the face, if I remember right. I just had to do the math in my head about when I shaved last. It was kind of a lazy day yesterday. I didn't do much. And then now today's a little earlier. Get things done. Got to mow the lawn today. So I decided to, instead of, I'll just shave and then go mow the lawn and shower afterwards. Skip some of the process of everything that goes with it. Alright, so we need to put a blade in this thing. I've been doing that lately where I just totally forget to put the blade in my razor. That's getting old timers type of thing. Yeah, just a little packet thing. Do this without slicing your fingers off. One thing about these Astras, they have like a waxy seal on them that they seal up in. Maybe that's the thing that bugs, you know, Sig can't use Astra because his face breaks out or something. Maybe that's what it is, a coating that's on, that seals up the, I better make sure, yes, we're in setting 3. All right, do the downstroke, which doesn't feel like much when you're using in setting 3, but more than enough blade feel for me. I could go to a 4. I've done this in the past where with the grains, you know, go a little higher, like a 5, just to whack off a little bit more fur. But you can hear it doing its job. Well, man. Got soap all over my fingers. Even with the knurling on this thing, it was getting slickery. Which is why when I use the old Kinksy Gillette handle, it's like there's a couple times I dropped the thing, like, too slick. Like this, plus I'm having problems with this arm. It's like I got splattered water all over the mirror. But I've been having like tendonitis in my, like, right from starts here and works its way through here. Yeah, I changed up my workout. And since I changed my workout, I'm doing like different kind of work, like movements, and it's like, I aggravated it. I've had problems with it in the past, but usually it's never been too much of a problem. But the last couple of weeks it has been. Last time I had this much pain was when I tore this bathroom apart. Literally, I was like ripping things out, just constantly most of it is grabbing stuff and pulling. And that's kind of like I was doing on my universal machine I have in the basement. Doing new workouts, working on my back, and I think that's part of what aggravated it. And I basically got a home gym. One time I was like looking at how much I was spending going to the gym, and I was like, okay, I think I'm just gonna buy stuff. And for what it cost me to a one-time purchase, you know, it took care of half a year of buying. What I spent was like a half year at the gym, going to the gym and all that. I was like, yeah. And that was been 18 years ago. Made the wife happy. She's like, you really need all that stuff? It's got so much money. And then after a while, it's like, oh, I guess that saved you a lot of money. Yeah, it did. It did. Then 2008 hit. Yeah, it really helped, because when you don't have a job, you're like, okay, I don't have to worry about going to the gym anymore, because I can just go to the basement where my facility is already pre-built. It's like, I was just over at the my former workplace and ran into the owner. He was there, and he was, I'm looking for stuff, you know, like a new helmet and gear for my motorcycle. And look, I spent 20 minutes. It's like, when I worked there, it was like, if someone walks in the door, you better ask them questions to see where they want to do. If they're looking at a bike, they're looking at gear, if they're looking at anything. If someone greets you at the door, if you're the salesman, you're just like, oh, you're looking at bikes? Here, what are you looking for? You know, just help them out and guide them around. And they always said you have to do a hard sell constantly, and I didn't. I never did. I just like, sell the fun. But if they were looking, it's like, I'm going to look at helmets. Okay, walk them over to the counter where they're doing all the people work there, and say, hey, this individual looking for a helmet. Could you help them out? Get them squared away. And if you need anything else after you get the helmet, come over to see me. I'll be over here someplace. And they go, okay. 7 out of 10 times they'd come over and say, hey, thanks for the help. And I spent 20 minutes in the place with no, it's like, I walked in the door and they had like 3 salesmen standing there, and they go, hey, what's going on? They just kind of glance at me as I walk in, started looking at stuff. And the owner comes over and he's, hey, Rusty, how's it going? So he starts talking. As I spent, the people working behind the counter seen me looking at helmets, trying on helmets, looking at stuff. And not one of them, there's 3 behind the counter, just kind of like, the moment the owner comes up and says my name, like he obviously, if he knows your name, he knows you. They go like, oh crap. They come barreling around the damn counter. And the help's like, well, can we help you out? It's like, you need anything? It's like, I'm looking at helmets. And this is the function I'm looking for on my helmet. And they go, oh, I've got these over here. I look over, he's like, yeah, that wouldn't have flew when I worked there. No. It would have been down here. It's just like carrying you a new one. Later on, it's like after the person left, he's like, he'd let you know that you done messed up. But yeah. Oh, yeah, I did pick up a new helmet. Almost walked out with a new motorcycle, but I was like, if I would have came home with a new motorcycle, yeah, the wife would have been like, no. It's like, but honey, I want that new Triumph. That new Triumph Tiger. It's like, yeah, that'd be great. You can sit on the back and relax, and we'd kick on the tunes and listen to the comms, talk to each other in the comm system when we're going down the highway. No, she'd be like, take it back. But it no takesy backsies. Yeah. Yeah, it's like looking at I definitely want a new bike. That is for damn sure. Yeah, I'm getting more. The heck am I smelling? It's maybe jasmine. It's like there's a couple other kind of florals. I think it's jasmine. If there's something else in there, all right. I need to put when I put the video together. I'll try to remember to put the scent notes in there. But I definitely get like pepper. It's not quite. Maybe it is black pepper, but I get a pepper note in there. Yeah, it's definitely when you're just put it this way, is like when your motorcycle's almost 20 years old. Like, I have a tendency to keep stuff forever and a day. I'll drive it into the ground, and my bike, I basically drove it into the ground, and it's like it needed an overhaul, so I overhauled it last year. So, and it didn't help that it sat for a couple years when I broke my back. So I was like, I couldn't ride. Heck, I couldn't even. It's like when you can barely walk. Getting on a motorcycle and trying to put weight on the leg that doesn't work, no, that's a no-go at this. I almost said, oh, maybe I'm done riding for life. But I got it squared away. Never let yourself quit. Pop. I forgot. Did I check against it? Just a little bit. What I like about this razor, it's really efficient. Yeah. When something is as old, the technology that it's like first generation basically of a new tech that went into my bike, like fuel injection and everything. Now you look at the newest ones, and it's like you look at all the tech that's in them, you're like, wow. Mine's a dinosaur. And the bike that I had previously, I thought was a dinosaur compared to the new one. Like, man, how technology advances. So like now you got traction control, you got ABS, you got disc brakes everywhere, you got ride mode. So hey, I'm going to take my bike out, the Tiger out. Let's say we're going to go on gravel. I want to go use this mode, and it adjusts for your weight. And it's like it senses that, oh, you got a passenger on board that's got more weight. Let's adjust the shock for you. It does all of that. So your ride control is just so smooth. And I'd be just sitting there talking with my wife about it, and she's like, you see her eyes glazing over, and she's like, no. Like, honey, you got a new car. Daddy wants a new bike. Well, so I gotta figure out what I have to sell, get a better down payment on one. Yeah, a little more in the face. Sitting there yapping. Sorry. But this is very smooth. It's got a lot of good residual slickness, this soap does. But it doesn't hurt to add a little bit of more soap. Get that nice transition here. You're not cutting yourself. And of all my Gillette razors, this one works the best. This is the smoothest of the shavers. Ooh. UPS guy. Yeah, the UPS guy's got a... Yeah, his vehicle has a distinctive sound. There we go. I think we're done. Yep. Now, probably after putting on this aftershave, all the bees will like, hey, I smell food. Come assaulting. All right, so that's the People's, I think it's the People's Project. It's the aftershave. I think was this from 345 Shave Company. They worked in conjunction with Heritage Hill to make this, which it does have a heck of a restrictor on it. Takes a bit of work to get some out. A little bit of stinging, not much. Just a tad bit right there. Right there in that, where that mole is. Yeah, the Fatboy isn't much of a face peeler at all. It does just, yeah. Almost smells like vetiver. It's got a green note to it. Nutmeg, maybe? I'm thinking melon's like honeydew. I don't like honeydew at all. No. Tastes nasty. All right, the People's Project. All right. Notice that there's some things that I just don't like. It's like you smell it and you're going, I don't know about that one. All right, so that was Heritage Hills, and I think it was in conjunction with the razor company. The People's, I think it's the People's Project, the People's Soap. There we go. Nice, works good, nice, smooth, nice and creamy. First used the Astra blades with the Gillette Fatboy 1960, my dad's razor. Works great. Man, that is a smooth shave. Yeah, worked good. And followed up with a little bit of wee bit of balm here. There we go. That works. All right, so that was followed up with the splash that went with it. The matching splash. Yes, Justin, I did get the matching splash to go with it. I did listen. All right. All right, hope you guys like it. Like and subscribe, share with friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Rusty out.